This demo will showcase our Salesforce Org-to-Org account bidirectional sync template. Bidirectional sync is the act of uniting two or more data sets in two or more different systems to behave as one system that recognizes the existence of different data sets. This type of integration is useful when optimizing organizational processes, reducing the compound cost of manually addressing inconsistencies, aligning to reality data representations in different systems, and many more. In this video, I will show you an example of an organization that utilizes this template to synchronize its accounts between two Salesforce instances in real time. Right now, let's see how it works inside of Salesforce. Here inside of our Salesforce instance in Org A, we can see an account named Alex Lynch. Let's go ahead and change the phone number for that account. Then, when we go to our Salesforce instance in Org B and refresh the page, we can see that the phone number for that account was updated as well. And if we take the same account and change the phone number again in our Salesforce instance in Org B, this change will be reflected in our Salesforce instance in Org A accordingly. Now, let's create a new account. We will fill up a name and a phone number and click on Save. Then, when we go to our Salesforce instance in Org B, we can see that the account was created there as well. Now, let's move from the user experience to Anypoint Studio, our graphical design environment for the Anypoint platform, and see what's powering this integration. Here we see our template, which leverages best practices for integration with Salesforce and makes this integration possible in minutes. This template has already been downloaded from our library, where all of our templates can be found. As we look at the endpoints file, we can see three flows. In this video, we're not going to cover the first one. However, users who deploy this application to a server such as Cloud Hub or on a premise like MuleSoft will be able to use Salesforce's outbound messaging to trigger this template only when a change occurs at a source system. Inside of the other two flows, we pull accounts from two Salesforce instances. To ensure integrity, in both flows, we have an expression component that uses a lock to only allow one-way synchronization at a time. Then, when we go to the business logic file, we can see that both flows use a batch module to make the act of moving a large set of data easier and more transparent. In the first flow, data flows from a Salesforce instance in Org A to a Salesforce instance in Org B, and in the second, it flows in an opposite direction. When we look at the first flow, we will find a Salesforce connector that queries accounts from our Salesforce instance in Org B, matching them with each record retrieved from a Salesforce instance in Org B by name. Then, we upsert the information to our Salesforce instance in Org B, which means that we either update existing records or create new ones. The last step that we do, we release the lock so the second flow can be triggered. Now that we know what stands behind this integration, everything we have to do to make it work is to list our Salesforce credentials in the properties file and run the application. Today, we've shown you our Salesforce Org-to-Org account bidirectional sync template and synchronized accounts between two Salesforce instances. To find out more about the template, follow the View Documentation link on the template's detail page. Give the template a try, and if you have any questions or feedback, send it to info@mulesoft.com. Thank you.